Alright, I'm finally getting around to reviewing this cute little thing here, the Spyderco Native 5. A subscriber gave it to me for a review, and it took me forever to finally get to it. Sorry, Alex. I know it's been a while. There's always a ton of stuff on the to-do list, and people don't seem to care a whole lot about knife reviews on this channel, so I kept putting it off. But anyway, let's get to it. Pretty typical Spyderco shape. You know, it's very typical blade shape, and the thumb hole and the grip is pretty similar to many others, and this is quite a popular model. The blade is made of S30V stainless steel, which is considered one of the best knife steels. It has a carbon content of 1.45%. For comparison, sword steels usually only go up to about 0.95% carbon, and that's quite high. More common is between 0.6 and 0.8. It also has 14% chromium, which is what turns it into a stainless alloy, 4% vanadium, which increases the strength and wear resistance, and 2% molybdenum, which further increases corrosion resistance. It has excellent edge retention, but can be a bit hard to sharpen. So good thing you won't have to do it very much. In fact, I haven't had to sharpen it yet after about a year of use. Yes, it's been that long. Feel free to judge. It's not shaving sharp anymore, which is how it came, but it's still perfectly adequate for most tasks. Like you can see that at this point it does tear the paper a bit. So it's probably time to touch it up a little. But you know, considering how long I've had it and that I've been mostly cutting cardboard with it, that's really quite good. Cardboard, of course, is hard on an edge because it has quite abrasive particles and there are a lot of grit and glue and all of that. So that's usually a quick way to dull a blade. But this is held up quite well. And as far as ergonomics are concerned, I have absolutely no complaints here. You've got the finger troil right here with some jimping for good grip. You got jimping on the back for the thumb. And so this is a comfortable and very secure way to hold it. Gives you a lot of control. And you can, of course, also choke down and hold it here. This is the Frn handle. It also comes with a G10 handle. G10 feels nicer, but Frn is very light and gives you a lot of traction. This is a very aggressive texturing here. So really nice grip. The profile is very well shaped. You can see how this is chamfered on the corner. So that makes it very comfortable to hold. And the fit, as is to be expected from a Spyderco, is excellent. The blade is perfectly centered. And there's nothing loose. In fact, if anything, the pivot is a little stiff for my taste compared to a lot of other knives I've had. It's got a very good detent, so it's not going to come open in your pocket. But yeah, you do have to push on it quite a bit. I mean, the good thing is in places that have prohibitions against gravity knives or flick knives or whatever, this is safe because it doesn't matter how hard you fling this around, it's not going to open. And in fact, even flicking it open with a thumb like this is kind of hard. Like you basically can't. So for one-handed opening, you just have to push it open, which is still fast enough, no problem with that. And the action is smooth, it's just not very fast. Quite a bit of resistance. But nothing really wrong with that. And Lockback, of course, is very strong. Now, when it comes to testing, the donor of the knife thinks that other people have made a video about it, have been babying it. And I can understand the sentiment. I've definitely seen that kind of behavior. But at the same time, what can you reasonably do with a knife like this? You know, a small folder. Like, what are good tests? Not this. Nope. Hell no. There's really only so much you can do with it and expect from it. You're not gonna try to baton through who knows what. And that's really my only complaint in general. It's just the size. I prefer something larger that is useful for a wider variety of tasks. You don't have all that much edge, especially when the troil is taking away some of it. And I've noticed that the troil can get stuck on material sometimes. You know, because you don't have that much to work with, and then you try to make the most of it, and then sometimes, because this protrudes a little bit, it can catch on there. It's not really a big deal, but you know, just kind of a very minor annoyance sometimes. But yeah, you have to keep in mind the limitations. This is a very light EDC knife. You know, it's one of the lightest that I've owned, and you can easily, you know, throw this, clip this to your pocket or your belt or whatever, just throw it in your pocket and forget about it really. It's very light. And the clip is reversible. You can have it in any position. You know, left side, right side, tip up, tip down, doesn't matter. You can have it anywhere, which is great. Pretty much all knives should have that. I also really like the finish on it. It's this dull gray, which, you know, if you take a close look at it, it almost has a bit of a super fine stonewash finish. Like you can see a bit of texture, and yeah, not that it matters for practical purposes, but yeah, it does look nice. It's something to point out. And that's about all I've got. If you're interested in the knife, I'll put a link down below and specifications as well. So I hope you found it helpful. Thanks for watching, and have a good one, folks. 2% molybdenum. Why can I not say this? Which further increases corrosion resist. What is my problem? This is really not a hard word. Resistance. Resistance. This one has an edge. Yeah, it has an edge. It does have a fucking edge. Oh my goodness.